Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. This is just going to be a recent finds video. Some stuff just a few things I've picked up over the past, I don't know, couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. Had some okay eBay sales over the past month or so, so I had a little bit of money in the PayPal account to do some things with, and this is kind of what I picked up. So let me just kind of jump right into it. Oh, and also one kind of interesting thing that's not a vinyl record, but a very, very cool music piece. And actually, I'll probably show that first. So I'll kind of start there. But with playing in the background, I used to always do this in my videos and kind of got away from it of showing what was playing in the background. But it's Becks' Truth. And actually, it's funny because I pulled this record out just a day or two ago because it's in my potential purge pile. You know, the first time I went through my entire collection, going through the purge, it was kind of based on, you know, condition, like whether it played with any pops or crackles or anything, and if it did, it kind of went out. And then I went back in and it was, you know, perfect covers, and then, you know, then it was if any scuffs or scratches, and so I just kind of keep like narrowing down, finding my little baby steps and really purging my collection down to kind of, you know, exactly what I want across the board. So right now I'm kind of going through and looking at things where, you know, is it stuff that I feel like I have to have on vinyl, or is it a decent record where I'm okay with having a, you know, perfect CD, and maybe I don't really need to have the vinyl, or there's another vinyl record I would rather be in my collection than this one. And so that's kind of a stack of stuff I pulled out that has that question mark over it, and Becks' Truth was one of them. But kind of after listening to it, I don't know, you know, Rod Stewart singing vocals on this, and it's just kind of like, I think I got to keep this one because that's from Nice Stuff. Not to mention it's in fantastic condition, and you know how it is with these old records with the black covers, how much wear they tend to show all the time. So don't think I'm going to be able to purge that one, but that's what's playing in the background. So let me just kind of jump in again with just a few recent finds here. And the first thing I want to show is something that's not actually a format, but I think it's really, really cool. Check that out. I finally got my hands on a Led Zeppelin Object. And I'm sure a vast majority, at least those of you that are Led Zeppelin fans, know exactly what this is. If there are a couple of you maybe that don't, this is the object from the album cover, Presence, which was kind of a pretty cool Zeppelin cover, as you see there. Just thought I pulled it out to kind of show that. But yeah, I mean, it was really, really cool to get one of these. I just kind of keep it sitting in the middle of my kitchen table, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I guess when that album first came out, if I remember correctly, they made a bunch of these, like 2,000 of them, I think, as kind of a, I don't know, a release thing or whatever. You know, some stuff they give out with a release of an album or all that. They made like 2,000 of them, and of course the original ones go for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 or whatever, especially kind of depending on condition and all of that. So of course many of us did not have the ability to get our hands on one. But now with the invention of 3D printers, there are people that are making these left and right, and you can actually get a nice replica of it, and that's kind of what this is here. So I got that off of eBay. Very, very cheap too. I mean, you can get one of these for 25, 30 bucks. So it's not something crazy. But yeah, I just thought it's kind of really cool to have a Led Zeppelin object, which I think is kind of neat. And it has, you know, Presence written right there on the front with Led Zeppelin right there on the back side. So very, very cool stuff. I was so pumped to get that. So I kind of use it as a table centerpiece. But moving right along to records and like 3 or 4 CDs, I want to start off here with an awesome piece of VCLT from Billy Hearse. Over his place last weekend before last. My weekends are all running together. But yeah, hung out with him for a while. We got, you know, kind of shoot the crap. And this was a piece of VCLT he had been holding on for me for a while that he had picked up. And as you can see, it's James Brown. This is Revolution of the Mind. And it's basically a live at the Apollo Volume 2, I think. Yeah, live at the Apollo. Yeah, really cool 2 LP set, and it's obviously a live recording. But and typically, I'm I'm very, very picky about my live recordings. You know, there's not a ton of them that I like. I probably have maybe 10 in my collection that I actually go back and listen to, because usually I don't like most live recordings. But you know, this one is really freaking good. It's James Brown doing his James thing, and it really does capture kind of his live elements. So I've listened to LP 1. I haven't listened to the second LP yet, but I mean, I really, really love the first one. So that's an awesome addition to the Soul collection there. So Billy Hearse, thanks a lot, man. Really, really appreciate that. And if you get a chance this morning, go check out Billy's channel. He just put up a new video of some garage sale finds that he got today. And I mean, just some more awesome scores. I mean, he has so much. I used to say, I don't say used to say, but it always seems that like Billy is so lucky with how he stumbles into all of these collections, and you know, finds all these awesome sales and all this type of stuff. But the one thing I think you really have to pay attention to with Billy is that it's not luck. Like, he really pounds the pavement looking for stuff, you know, in the search and the digging, and you know, planting seeds with people online and in person, you know, just kind of letting them know, hey, if you ever stumble across something, let me know, and blah, blah, blah. So with all the awesome stuff that he finds, you know, he definitely puts in the work up front to search for him. So once again, it's paid off, and he has some awesome stuff. So go to his channel and check out his most recent video of some incredible 50-cent garage sale finds. Awesome stuff. Moving right along, Devo. This was a good pickup. And this is Are We Not Men? Kind of some early Devo stuff that, you know, I just hadn't gotten around to picking up, and had some credit at this local store that I went to, and they happened to have gotten a collection in, and this was in it. And it's an album that I've always wanted, but you know, wasn't necessarily on my priority list. But when I just saw how perfect a copy this was, I mean, it's just mint from front to back, and the album is absolutely perfect. I just thought, dude, I can't pass this one up. So I splurged some of the credit there to pick that up. And again, it's just kind of early, I think 1978 Devo doing their kind of wacky thing, and great album to add to the collection. This is just kind of a quick refill, actually. Gregory Abbot, Shake You Down. Just some good 80s R&B stuff that I've always loved. I purged my copy of that a little while ago, and I've just been waiting to find a good copy in a dollar bin, because I wasn't going to pay really any bucks for it, because you typically see it in dollar bins. It's just finding one in perfect condition in a dollar bin is a whole different story. So that was a good replacement piece. And then a few Japanese pressings, the things that I've been so into over the past I don't know, couple months or whatever. And actually what I've really been getting into now is, you know, I've been working on my MoFi collection as I, you know, get enough money in my PayPal and pick up a piece here and there. The Japanese pressings I've been focusing on a lot. But one other one too is music on vinyl. That's another set of pressings that I've really, really kind of gotten into and have been wanting to add in my collection as well. So you know, over the next few months or whatever, as my eBay sales go well, you'll be seeing more and more of the music on vinyl, as well as some of these Japanese pressings. And I do have one new piece for the music on vinyl that I picked up, but let's start with the Japanese pressing here of Nina, which of course is 99 Love Balloons here. This is definitely an album that takes me back to my 5th grade years, when that song was so huge, and I was absolutely in love with it. And yeah, so just a beautiful pressing of that. So yeah, really, really good stuff there. Again, I'm sure it's an album that most of you are pretty familiar with, as well as Foreigner. This is Double Vision, another just kind of classic 80s guitar rock type of album. Well, I mean, it's Foreigner. So, you know, you got Double Vision, Hot Blooded, you know, just me, Foreigner. You guys know this album well. So it's always cool too, just, you know, tidbits of information. The title Double Vision and the you know, the track Double Vision came from I forgot which one of them it was watching a hockey game, and someone in the game got hit in the head by the puck, and someone made the comment about, you know, I bet he's seeing, like, you know, double vision or something like that, and that's like literally where the title of that song and the album came from. So just some useless information that if you're ever curious or wanted to know. Then I also found this copy of 4 by Foreigner as well. Again, another very, very classic album right here, and beautiful, pristine copy. You know, Jukebox Hero, Waiting for a Girl Like You, Urgent. I mean, just all kinds of great stuff on there. So, beautiful copy of that. Little Roger Daltrey here. Kind of from some of my early rock days. Again, I remember this kind of coming out. This was what, 84? This was right about the time, actually at 84, 85-ish, was right when I first discovered rock music, really. And I remember this was one of the first videos I remember seeing after we moved to the new place, and I've told that story before. And so I knew about this album, or actually I should not even say this album, the track Walking in My Sleep, and starting to like Roger before I even really knew about The Who. So, you know, this album definitely kind of marks a pretty serious spot for me in my rock and roll world. But yeah, so another great pressing of that, and Walking in My Sleep is definitely my favorite song off of that album. And then here's one of the new music on vinyl pressings that I've added to my collection, which is Kingdom Come, self-titled. Of course, it had their probably biggest track off of this, which was Get It On, which is an awesome, awesome track. Yeah, and again, I just picked this up because I have a very, very nice near mint copy of this already. But when I saw this music on vinyl copy at my local store, and again, I had some credit there, so I thought I'm gonna pick that up because again, I want more and more stuff on the music on vinyl pressing, and then I'll just sell my other near mint copy. Which, by the way, I do want to mention that too, just in case people are interested, because I keep talking about some of the stuff I'm purging. My eBay username is the exact same as my username here, if you want to go check that out. So if there's anything off of there that you guys may want, there's stuff I send out as VCLT, and there's some stuff I'm just kind of selling. But if there's anything that you see on my eBay page that you want, especially if you're going to make a bid or want to make an offer or something like that, attach a note to it saying that you are a member of the VC, or just even mentioning the VC, because obviously you're watching this video. And the discounts, of course, that I'm willing to cut for VC members are far, far beyond what I would sell to just a regular, public, if you will, on anything I might be selling on eBay. So, because I do have a copy of this on my eBay page right now. So again, just make sure you mention that you are in the VC. Give me your username too, for sure. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be a lot more willing to take a cut or take a loss going to a VC member. And last but not least, I picked up a little Yoyo Ma, which was nice. I don't find a lot of his stuff on vinyl. I know they've been reissuing some things lately, but with as much as they cost, it's kind of like I'm not quite that level with him, and I'm okay with the CDs as opposed to sometimes the $30+ they ask for some of the vinyl that they press for him. But yeah, I found this Yo-Yo doing Pac, and really cool, very, very clean pressing. It was only like $4, which was nice. And yeah, it's always good to get some new Yo-Yo Ma in the collection. All right, and then the last 3 things I'll show, or 4 things, which are CDs. Another nice addition to the Motorhead collection. as I'm sure you guys saw in my last room tour video, I'm actually putting together a Motorhead CD box set. So I'm trying to get all those studio albums on CD. So this was a good find the other day. Snake Bite Love. And then I watched a documentary the other day, and it was about the band Ecstasy, XTC. And I don't remember what the title of the documentary was. Ecstasy, the band, or something like that. But you know, it's kind of one of those bands where like most people will recognize this album cover, and you know, you heard a song like Dear God, and you know, but I never really dug into their stuff, you know, beyond one or two very surfacey things. I didn't know much of anything about them. But after watching that documentary, it was just like one of those, whoa, it's like I need to, you know, get into this freaking band, so to speak, in terms of digging into their catalog and really listening and hearing their stuff. And so that's kind of what I've been doing over the last few weeks too, is picking up some of those CDs as I stumble across them. And I think this was one of their biggest, if not kind of their breakout, if you will. And this is the album Drums and Wires. And I think it was the song Making Plans for Nigel, which was that kind of threw them up to another level. But just one of those, I don't know, like not experimental, but just another one of those bands that just kind of did their own thing. And, you know, I just kind of slept on them for so long. So I've started to kind of get into them. So it was great picking this up. Would love to find this on vinyl for sure. And then we also have Oranges and Lemons, which was nice. And then last but not least, Skylarking. I think this is the one that has, yeah, this is the one that has Dear God on it. So yeah, it's just kind of cool to, you know, discover a band that you've known about forever, but for me, it really is kind of discovering them for the first time. So you'll definitely probably be seeing a bit more of their stuff coming into my collection as I stumble across it. But anyway, so there you go, VC. As always, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.